Concerning Emefiele and Bawa's arrest, Bode George is saying it is still too early to tell whether Tinubu is combating corruption. Yes, and for me, I call it too soon to tell. It's actually too soon to tell. It's too soon to tell. And Bode George might be right here, okay? A lot of us know that all these arrests Tinubu is making up and down, left, right, and center is just initial gra-gra. Let us see him through the next 6 months and through the next 1 year before we know whether he knows what he's doing or he means what he's doing or not. Because all we know is that he's just trying to do gra-gra to see how he can appeal to Nigerians that is capable of doing the job. First of all, he's just scattering all the structures that Buhari had in place and to put his own structure. That is the way I see it, first of all. Secondly, this fight for corruption cannot go anywhere because if he continues it the way it is, he himself will be roped in. There's no way he will be innocent because the people he's arresting also have his history and they have also worked for him, and part of the corruption is what they did for him as well, even though he was an independent a politician for some years now, even though under APC. Okay, so all these ones are initial gra-gra, and just like Bode George is saying, it is too soon to tell. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu suspended the CBN Governor Godwin Emefiele and the chairman of the EFCC Abdul Rashid Bawa for abusing their positions. A PDP chieftain, which Chief Bode George has said it is too early to tell if the president is seriously about holding corruption officials accountable or corrupt officials accountable. When questioned on Plus TV about if he shares the opinion of those who believe the suspension of both men represent a real effort to combat corruption, he said it is too early in the day, remarked by Chief Bode George. They just busted open a paradox box, a Pandora box, okay? Take your time, please. I don't make snap judgment. Even if the day begins in the morning, it is admirable that they had the confidence and guts to declare that they wanted to look into this. Also, keep in mind that throughout General Buhari's tenure, there were rumors that the Accountant General of the Federation had embezzled a sizable sum of money. What happened to him? After all, the commotion we caused and the ruckus we made, nothing happened to him. So what has happened to the case is unknown. So what has happened to the other individual who oversaw the pension funds? Wait a moment. It is only the beginning. If they are sincere, it is a positive move, but Nigerians want to hear the whole story, and those responsible shouldn't vanish like a submarine in trouble. So they must be taken to court. People will then be aware that any action you perform, whether positive or negative, will also have a corresponding opposite effect. There is nothing free to eat. So I agree with Bode George in this regard that all this one Tinubu is doing is initial gra-gra. It's too soon to tell. Under Buhari's government, there are so many people that have been arrested. There are so many people that were indicted. There are so many people that they wrote petition about, they reported, but then nothing happened. According to Shomole, it's in 2019 when he was campaigning for Buhari's second tenure, he said no matter how big your sins are, when you come to APC, you are forgiven. So all these ones that he's arresting, he's just making noise. It's just initial body language, which Buhari in his first 6 months had the same body language, and people thought he was going to fight corruption. And when he started failing, the excuse was that corruption was fighting back. That was Buhari's excuse. So the fact here is, according to Bode George, and which we know anyway, that it is too soon to tell whether Bola Tinubu is, honestly fighting corruption, or whether he is going to be able to fight this corruption he's pretending to have started, or if he's playing with our intelligence in Nigeria just to appeal to our senses that he he has the clout or he has the ability to fight corruption in Nigeria. Because if it is investigated deep down, it may also be found that he has benefited from these corrupt practices in the past. So that is the situation, and that is what Bode George is saying. Somebody is saying anyway, Papa had said something to reason about, but President Bola Ahmed Tinubu must be commended doing what the masses wanted presently. He has just started and shouldn't be discouraged on one way or the other. Oga President will only be seen to be fighting corruption when he takes you back to prison for stealing mpa money. Every one of us knows very well that Emefiele is an enemy to Tinubu campaign. Exactly, or Tinubu camp. Oshomole said it that Tinubu will arrest Emefiele as soon as he enters Aso Villa, and that is exactly what has happened, and that is true. Some people must accept when they have passed the time and age when they can no longer offer the Nigerian nation anything tangible. What does that mean? Are you saying Bode should accept that he's old and can have nothing to offer any again? He's even more sound than Tinubu himself, if you were to look at that. As a retired military officer and at his age with his health, he is still very, very sound, more articulated than Tinubu. That is the fact, whether I like it or not. Whether I like it or not. So it is too soon to tell, and all these ones we are seeing is just television. Television when not clear. We need to wait and see how he will fight this corruption, because like Emefiele he arrested, he cannot tell us that the bullion van of 2019, that Emefiele hand will not be in it to help him to move the money with a bullion van, because individuals cannot have a bullion van. And secondly, all the money he got for his campaigns for presidency, he cannot say that CBN does not know about it, or CBN did not give him money or help him to source for money for his campaign. And how all those money, how were they moved? Did they not violate money laundering policies? At least, that is the list of it to say. Okay, so CBN governor has Tinubu's financial secret in his hand, and by the time CBN governor Emefiele starts spilling the beans, let's not get tired, because it's going to smell. The EFCC also has everybody's report, including Tinubu and all other people, including Emefiele himself too. So the EFCC, the man they arrested, is an intelligence officer and has a lot of information at his disposal. So I'm sure there's a limit to which they can push these people, and if they go more than that, these people will spill the beans and tell the world what will shock the world, what we never knew. Okay, and what we thought we knew, we will hear a different story around it. So all these ones, I don't see this fight going anywhere. Let's just go and sleep. Okay, let's go and sleep and leave these people to play with their own intelligence and not our own.